Hello everyone, this is Muhammad Mazharul Haq from ISL Engineering College. Welcome to today's class. In the subject network theory, we are going to study today about the inverse network and the equalizers. In equalizers, there are different type of equalizers. We will study about them now. So let's start. Equalizers. Equalizers are networks designed to provide compensation against the distortions that occur in a signal while passing through an electrical network. In general, any electrical network has attenuation, distortion and phase distortion. So, to attenuation, distortion, phase distortion in electrical network, we need to use these equalizers to compensate. Now, the geometrical mean of two impedances Z1 and Z2 is a real number and they are said to be inverse if Z1, Z2 is equals to R0 square, where R0 square is a resistance. Here R1 and R2 are given as the two resistances and we also call the impedances. Now consider Z1 is equal to R1 and Z2 is equals to R2. The product Z1 and Z2 is real number, therefore the two impedances are said to be inverse if they satisfy the relation Z1 Z2 is equals to R1 R2 is equals to R0 square. Now in other case, consider Z1 is equal to j omega L and Z2 is equal to 1 by j omega C. If you treat an inductance and a capacitance as a Z1 and Z2, then Z1 Z2 is equal to j omega L by j omega C, that is equal to L by C. The product of Z1 Z2 is also a real number, so therefore the two impedances are inverse by this. Similarly, if Z1 is equal to R1 plus j omega L and Z2 is equal to R2 into 1 by j omega C divided by R2 plus 1 by j omega C, that is equal to minus j into R2 by omega CR2 minus j into omega CR2 plus j by omega CR2 plus j. So here we are rationalizing this one. As I am showing the cursor here, it is the rationalizing of this particular equation. We rationalize it to get a proper value. After rationalizing, we get R2 minus j omega CR2 square by 1 plus omega square C square R2 square. Now Z1 Z2 is equals to R plus j omega L into R2 minus j omega into CR2 square divided by 1 plus omega square C square R2 square. By this equation, we can write after solving R1 into R2 plus omega square R2 LC plus j into omega L R2 minus omega C R1 R2 square by 1 plus omega square C2 square R2 square. The imaginary part of the above equation must be 0. Therefore, we get omega L into R2 is equals to omega C R1 R2 square. Therefore, L by C is equals to R1 R2 from the equation we have already studied, that is equals to R0 square. So, R0 is equal to root of L by C. Now, coming to the two impedances Z1 and Z2 are inverse when the above condition is satisfied, that is the above condition is L by C is equal to R0 square is equals to root of L by C, where I am showing the cursor here. L by C is equal to R0 square should be satisfied. Now, the two impedances Z1 and Z2 are inverse when the above condition is satisfied, as we said now. An inverse network may be obtained by converting each series branch into parallel branch and vice versa. Converting each resistance element R into a corresponding resistive element R0 square by R is the second point, where we can convert this thing. Now, third is converting each inductance L into capacitance C dash, that is equal to L by R0 square, and converting each capacitance C into inductance L dash, that is equal to C into R0 square. This is the fourth point. So, inverse network may be obtained by these four conditions. Like we can convert series branch to parallel and parallel to series, and each resistance R corresponding to R0 square by R, okay, and converting each inductance L into capacitance, that is L by R0 square, and converting each capacitance C into inductance, that is L dash is equals to C R0 square. Now we will talk about the series equalizer. What is a series equalizer? Series equalizer is a two-terminal network connected in series with a network to be connected. Let N is equals to input to output power ratio of the load, D is equal to attenuation in decibels, R naught is equal to resistance of load as well as source. P1 is the input power and P1 is the load power. Let 2x1 is the reactance of equalizer and Vmax is equal to voltage applied to the network. Attenuation D is equals to log n base 10. If you want n is equals to antilog of D by 10. This is the equation, n is equal to antilog of D by 10. Now n is equal to maximum power delivered to the load when equalizer is not present divided by power delivered to the load when equalizer is present. So n is equals to Pi by PL. What is n? N is equals to Pi by PL. Pi is equals to V max by 2R0 whole square into R0, and that equation will give you V square max by 4R0. So the input power is V square max by 4R0, which is in this equation. P input power is equal to V square max by 4R0. When the equalizer is connected, I1 is equals to V max by square root of 2R0 square plus 2x1 square, where the square root term indicates the impedance, and P1 is equals to, or PL is equals to V max by square root of 2R0 square plus 2x1 whole square into R0. So we have a formula P is equals to I square R0. So we are writing, instead of I here, we are writing P square. Instead of P is equal to I square R, instead of I we are writing this equation, V max by square root of 2R0 whole square plus 2x1 whole square. Now after simplification we get V square max by 4 into R0 square plus x1 square into R0. Therefore, n is equals to Pi by PL. As we have seen this equation Pi and PL, we write the values of Pi and PL directly here. From the previous slide we have Pi, and from this slide we have PL. So we write Pi by PL and we get 1 plus x1 square by R0 square. By knowing the values of R0 and n, x1 can be determined. This is the full series equalizer circuit. See the circuit, it has two ports, 1 1 dash and 2 2 dash. And the load is connected by R0, and the current IL is the load current, and here flowing from here. And I1 is the current input current flowing through the impedance Z1 and R0. And here is the Z2 and R0. As we said, the equalizer R0 will have on the input side as well as the output side. We are seeing this diagram. R0 is on the input side as well as the output side. So the circuit contains a constant resistance equalizer satisfying Z1 Z2 is equals to R0 square. This relation should be satisfied, then input impedance will be given R0 into Z1 by R0 plus Z1 plus R0 into Z2 by R0 plus Z2. So you can see here, input impedance is equals to R0 into Z1 by R0 plus Z1 plus R0 into Z2 by R0 plus Z2. So after simplification, it is R0 into 2Z1 Z2 plus R0 into Z1 plus Z2 by R0 square plus R0 into Z1 plus Z2 plus Z1 Z2. So that is called as the input impedance. It should be done when it is satisfying Z1 Z2 is equals to R0 square. Since Z1 and Z2 are pure reactances, x1 x2 is equal to R0 square. And first thing, when x1 is equal to omega L, x2 is equal to 1 by omega C1. Since both are inverse, the full series equalizer is shown in the figure below, where L1 by C1 is equal to R0 square, and from the equation n is equal to 1 plus x1 square by R0 square. And that is equals to 1 plus omega square L1 square by R0 square. Now we substituted here x1 is equals to omega L. So we substituted here and got in the equation 1 plus omega square L1 square by R0 square. N is equals to 1 plus omega square L1 square by R0 square, I repeat. And then the circuit for this equation is given like this: L1, R0, C1 and R0. L1 and R0 are connected in parallel, and here C1 and R0 are connected in parallel. So they are having the connection in this way. Please remember this. Now, second point is when x1 is equal to 1 by omega c1 and x2 is equal to omega L1, the full series equalizer shown in the above figure, in the next figure is here L1 by C1 is equal to R naught square. From the equation n is equal to 1 plus R naught square by x2 square, that is equal to 1 plus R naught square by omega square L1 square. By knowing the values of n and R naught, the values of L1 and C1 may be obtained. So, here the values of L1 and C1 can be obtained from by knowing the values of R naught. So, we should know first n and R naught values to know the values of the L1 and C1. So, this thing should be clear that L1 and C1, if you want to find out, you should know about R naught and other values, n values. Next is full shunt equalizer. What is a full shunt equalizer? It is also a constant resistance equalizer which satisfies the equation Z1 Z2 is equals to R naught square. So, what is this full shunt equalizer? By seeing this circuit, we can have a look over here that it is 1 dash is the port 1 and 2 dash is the port 2. By seeing these ports, what we get idea is the input impedance is Zi and Vi is the input voltage and I1 is the input current. By seeing this, you see that R0 and Z2 are connected in the starting of the port 1 dash, and after that you are having the impedance Zi, and R0 is connected as the load. As we said that this figure is of the full shunt equalizer, this figure should satisfy Z1 Z2 is equal to R0 square. So, this Z1 and Z2 should be equal to R0 square, then only this equalizer circuit or the constant resistance equalizer, if it satisfies the above equation, then it will be useful for us. So, we will see now. The input impedance is given by Zi is equal to R0 plus Z2 into R0 plus Z1 by 2R0 plus Z1 plus Z2. So, R0 plus Z2 is in series here. Okay. Next, R0 plus Z1 is also series here. So, this is in series as well as this is in series. So, these two are in parallel. At this point, these two are in parallel. So, what we will do here R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. We are writing here the same thing R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. So, if you add these things R0 plus R0, these are all in series. This is in series and this is in series. But at this point, you are having parallel division. So, doing this one as series and this one as series, next making them parallel. So, here you can see clearly R0 plus Z2 is one series arrangement, R0 plus Z1 is one series arrangement, divided by 2 R0 plus Z1 plus Z2 is other series, other arrangement, that is R1 plus R2. So, we have in parallel connection R1 R2 by R1 plus R2, the same thing we are writing here, and that is Z1 Z2 plus R0 square plus R0 into Z1 plus Z2 divided by 2 R0 plus Z1 plus Z2 is nothing but your combination of the series and parallel. Now, we should see that Z1 is equals to ZL is equals to R0. Here ZL is equals to R0, that is given already. So, in the place of this one, we are writing Z1 Z2 is equals to R0 square. Since Z1 Z2 is equal to R0 square, what we write here R0 square plus R0 square, you will write there, and after simplification what we get here is Vi is equals to Zi is equal to I R0, V1 is equals to I1 into R0, and Vi by VL is equals to I by IL, but I1 is equals to I into R0 plus Z2 by 2 R0 plus Z1 plus Z2, that is nothing but total current into opposite resistance by total resistance. So, here by this figure we want to find out the I1, this total current, or we want to find this IL, then total current into opposite resistance by this total resistance. By applying the current division rule, we are getting the value here. So, by applying the current division rule here, we get II by IL, that is equal to Z1 plus Z2 plus 2 R0 by R0 plus Z2. What is current division rule? When you have a total current is this one. If you want to find out this branch current, so this branch current, if you want to find out IL flowing this one, so what we do, total current into opposite resistance for this branch, opposite resistance by total resistance R0 plus Z2. So, that one we have done there and we have got the equation. So, after simplification, what we got is Z1 plus Z2 plus 2 R0 divided by R0 plus Z2. Now multiplying both the numerator and denominator by Z1. For this equation, multiplying and dividing by Z1, we get II by IL is equal to Z1 square plus Z1 Z2 plus 2 R naught into Z1 divided by Z1 R naught plus Z1 Z2, where II by IL is equals to Z1 plus R naught whole square, that is nothing but A square plus B square plus 2AB form, divided by R naught into Z1 plus R naught. Okay, that is equal to Z1 plus R naught divided by R naught. II by IL is equals to, II means input current, IL means load current, or we can say the load current as a end current also. Therefore, N is equals to VI by VL whole square, modulus of VI by VL whole square, that is equals to II by IL whole square, and II by IL whole square is equals to R naught plus Z1 by R naught whole square. So, N is equals to 1 plus x1 square by R naught square, that is equals to 1 plus R naught square by x2 square. In this you are seeing that it is 1 plus x1 square by R naught square. So, you are substituting here R naught plus Z1, 1 plus Z1 by R naught, or in the place of Z1 you are substituting x1 as showing the cursor here, 1 plus x1 square by R naught, that is equal to 1 plus R naught square by x2 square also we can write here. R naught square by x2 square also is permissible. Now, Z1 and Z2 are pure reactants and are equal to x1 and x2 respectively. By knowing the values of R0 and N1, the element values x1 x2 can be obtained by when x1 is equal to omega L1 and x2 is equal to 1 by omega C1. Now, we are writing these values of x1 and x2 in terms of the omega values, and we are writing the circuit and solving the circuit to find out the value of N. If N and R0 is known, we can find out the values of L and C. So, coming back here, since Z1 and Z2 are the pure reactances and are equal to x1 and x2 respectively, by knowing the values of R0 and N1, the elemental values x1 and x2 can be obtained when x1 is equals to omega L1 and x2 is equals to 1 by omega C1. So, the circuit is like this. If you see the circuit here, it is having 1 dash as well as it is having 2 dash. What is this 1 dash and 2 dash? These are the 2 port ends, and we are having input is voltage as Vi and output voltage as VL. As already said that we are having input voltage and output voltage on the 2 ports, that is Vi and VL, and the 2 ports we are having here R0. What is R0? R0 is a load resistance that is equals to R0 only, that is L1 and X1. In terms of X1, reactance is X1 and it is L1, inductive reactance also we can say. So, here this L1 and R0 C1 are in parallel. R0 C1 is a series connection and L1 and R0 C1 are parallelly connected from this point. So, what we have seen from this figure is we are having the values of R0 in the input side and output side, and they are connected by the inductance. L1 R0 is in series and R0 C1 also in series, but the combination of R0 C1 and L1 R0 is in parallel. Okay. Coming to the second point, when x1 is equals to 1 by omega C1, x2 becomes omega L1. Okay. X1 is equals to 1 by omega C1, then x2 becomes omega L1. So, what we have in the circuit R0 instead of L, what we are writing here x2. And in terms of x1, what is x1? x1 is equal to 1 by omega C1. So, this is circuit that is representing omega L, and x1 is equals to 1 by omega C1 and R0 is R0. So, now students, we have seen here this particular figure where it is having the reactance x2 as well as the capacitance C1 and R0 also, and the load resistance as well as the input resistance both are same, that is R0. From these values, what we are having to know here is these equalizers are very important for us in the electronic networks to compensate some values. Okay. For different types of equalizers we have studied, that is the series equalizer, shunt equalizer, as well as the full series and full shunt equalizers we have seen. And coming to the other equalizer, it is constant resistance equalizer. So, what is a constant resistance equalizer? The disadvantage of a reactance equalizer either in a shunt equalizer or a series equalizer is that the variation of impedance with frequency causes impedance mismatch. So, this particular problem is there. What is the problem? The problem is nothing but when the reactance equalizer either in a shunt equalizer or series equalizer is there, the variation of impedance with frequency causes impedance mismatch, which results in the reflection losses. So, in the constant resistance equalizer, we are studying about this disadvantage. Now, a 4-terminal equalizer which offers a constant resistance at all frequencies avoids reflection loss. So, the reactance equalizer, it is not a good one because it has disadvantage that it causes mismatching, impedance mismatching. Now, we are talking about a constant resistance equalizer, that is a 4-terminal equalizer which is having 4 terminals which offer a constant resistance at all frequencies to avoid the reflection losses. Now, these reflection losses are nothing but the reflection losses that are being had in the reactance equalizer, they are not present in the resistance equalizer. And the constant resistance equalizer is a 4-terminal network which can be a T-type network as we have seen, a P-type network, a lattice network, and a bridged T network type. So, all these 4-terminal equalizers we have seen. In the configurations also we have dealt about these particular equalizers, T, P, lattice and bridge type, T network type. In the previous class we have studied about this different configurations of the these networks, T, P and lattice, L shape and P shape, pi shape sorry, and T shape and bridged T network type also. Now, all these types should have a relation characteristic impedance that is satisfying Z1 Z2 is equals to R naught square. If this relation, that is Z1 Z2 is equals to R naught square, is being satisfied, then we can say that these equalizers are going to be giving the values of L and C respectively. So, whatever the we have solved till now, we had this values of Z1 Z2 is equal to R naught square as solving. Till now what we have studied is all these particular full shunt equalizer and this particular full series equalizer, and also the topic equalizers are the network designed to provide compensation against distortions. So, the signal while passing through electrical network always have some distortions. Phase distortion also will be occurring there. So, these equalizers in the form of the circuits, what they do is they will be using the resistance, constant resistance equalizer or constant reactance equalizer, will be having their own advantages and disadvantages, so that we can able to stop the distortion. So, this type of equalizers are discussed in the class, and today we have discussed about number of things, that is the constant resistance equalizer and also the full equalizer, full shunt equalizer and full series equalizer, and also the series equalizer. This equalizer will be, it is a nothing but it is also a network. It is a network which will make all these happen, that the distortions are being reduced. The distortions are reduced and impedance mismatching is not there, and also losses are also being reduced. So, all these type of things that are to be maintained here in the circuit needs to be applicable for all the network, that is T, P and lattice and bridged network type. So, what we have is this Z1 Z2 is equal to R naught square should be the first point that should be matched for making this equalizer configuration equations. First of all, we in every equalizer we will be seeing that Z1 Z2 is equal to R naught square as the main condition. I hope I have told you all the points regarding the equalizer and types of equalizer and the advantages and the disadvantages that are present in the equalizers, and how one type of equalizer is overcoming with the other type of the equalizer is also mentioned here. So, Students, I would like to end the class here, and in the next class we will be dealing about the next topic, and that is about the equalizers here, and in the next topic we will be studying a new session that is about this particular impedance mismatching and all those things. Okay, and hopefully we have studied all the networks type also, TP, lattice and bridge network type in the previous classes. So I would like to end the class here by mentioning these points of the particular thing, that is series, shunt and full series and full shunt equalizers. And thank you, students.